Hey guys, welcome to the tutorial. Today we are going to learn about the PHP's CRUD operations, which is meant by creating, updating, reading and deleting the data. So we'll start with building an HTML page, basic one. I have already done it to just receive the inputs from the user. So basically the CRUD operation can be practiced through a project in this tutorial. I'll make a tutorial for student management system. I have built a basic page for this. Now I'll just execute this. In the pre-requirements, you should have uh, exam server installed on your PC, or you should be running with a Largon server in the sense, or else you can have any other server like WAMP, or you can have a PHP server built in your PC. Okay, let's start. This is a basic form. You need not to worry for any complex coding behind this. It's a simple form I have built using HTML, like you can see in the on your screens. Like what I have done it, I have created a form tag, and I have given an action file, a resume.php kind of a thing, and in the method I have chosen post, where in the sense it will be sending the data through a method of post. If I just gave the method of get, then the data will be sent through URL, which is an insecure mode of sending the data. So I have done the basic form, and inside that I have given some certain inputs. Okay, yeah, it's a basic form kind of a thing you are seeing on the screen. Okay, let's receive this data from another screen. Okay, let me arrange the things now. Yeah, now it's fine. Okay, now what I'll do, I'll just create a receive.php. Basically, in this file, we will be receiving the data which is sent from index, like from the form. Why? Because in the action we have mentioned it receiving receive.php. Why? Because the thing what it will be sending inside a form, it will be processed and it will be sent through receive.php. So okay, before getting started, we need to have the proper knowledge what and all the functions which we are going to use for the CRUD operations. I'll give a brief introduction about those. Okay, before starting, we need to open the PHP tag in the file, and I'll just write a basic function for connection. For connection, you need to have a function called mysqli connect. This is the function which is given for MySQL database connection. Then we'll have a function to just run the query. For to run the query, we'll have a function called mysqli query. Then whether to check the results are there from the search data, we'll be having a function called mysqli numRows, number of rows. You can have a separate terminology for that, but in the function kind of thing, it will be a simple one. Checking input, checking the fetching data or number of rows. MySQLi number of rows. What this thing will do, it will just get the information whether the input for this is there or not in the database. It will give an output for number of rows, like in the sense in the result form. And for fetching, we will be having a function called mysqli fetch array, or you can use mysqli fetch association. or we can use one more function, mysqli fetch rows. All these functions are used to fetch the data, and to close the connection we will be using closing the connection. We'll be using mysqli close, mysqli die. No, yeah, we'll be using die only die function. Sorry, that's it. Basically, for card operations, we'll be having these functions. Let us start doing one by one. Please note it down. Basically, we need to start a connection before getting the things done. I'll just create another file for database connection. In this here, I'll just open a PHP tag. It's mandatory for everything. Then I'll start to declare a variable called connection. In that connection, I will open my function mysqli connect. Inside this connect, you should have 4 parameters. First thing will be the server, name of the server. So my server name will be localhost. Then next thing will be the username. My SQL database username is root, and MySQLi password will be null. Why? Because I haven't kept any password, so I'm using null. It may be differ from the tutorial. Please go through the documentation properly of the database which you are going to use. Then I'll be selecting a database. Like I have already created a database, student studb. I'll be using that. Okay, these are the 4 parameters which should be included while you are connecting for a database. Okay, now I'll just go for an if condition. If connection is successful, let this print connected. Else print failed to connect. Okay guys, we have created our database connection here. Okay, let me check for condition, some error. I'll get back to you now. Yeah, it's done. Now what I'll do, I'll just import this file here by using a simple function called include. In include, I'll just write a function called I'll specify the file name. Here what I'll do, database connection .php. I'll just import this file here. Okay, somewhat error it's showing. Let me check that. Yeah, I have forgotten to close the semicolon. Yeah, now it's fine. I have included the database connection here. Okay, let us check whether it's working or not. I'll just use a function called print array. In that, I'll just specify the post method. Why? Because I'm getting all the inputs for the processing using the post method itself. Why? Because in the index, I have used post method only. So I'll be receiving my data through post method. Let us check whether this is working or not. I'll just refresh the page. I'll just give the sample options and I'll just submit. Yeah, it's showing connected, means our database connection is established successfully. Then in here it's showing student name and its semester and which college, everything. Okay, the thing that our database connection was successful and it's connected, and now we are getting inputs through an array. So it's basically from this array we got a confirmation that it's an associative type of an array. So we will fetch everything using the post method. So we'll declare 3 variables, one for name, which we will be getting through post method, an array. In associative type, we are getting through student name. The thing what we are getting here, we will be writing here itself. Same thing. The semester. Here, same thing we are getting from post method. So I'll just do one thing. I'll just copy that and I'll just do it here. Okay, semester. The same thing for college, and I'll just write the post method. Inside that, I'll just write this associative name. What I'm getting, college. I'll just specify it. Now it's ready. Now first thing you will be having, you need to write an SQL statement to just pass the values to the database, whether it's gone to the database or not. You will be confirming through a SQL statement. So primarily you should declare a variable. Remember guys, the SQL statement should be written in the string format. In PHP, every string should be written in double quotes. Okay. Let us do one statement for inserting the data. Basically, you will be knowing the knowledge of the SQL. I'll just write it. Insert into student DB values. I'll just get the values from my database. Like inside the database, I'll be specifying my values. Where's the database? Yeah, student data. Have just made it. So I'm having student name, semester, college name. It's the student data. Inside a table I have created and I have just inserted. Insert into student data. Where I'll be taking the names for the name of the columns which I'll be inserting the values. So I'll be taking the student name and semester, then college name. These are the things which are present in the database. You don't worry about the ID kind of a thing. Why? Because it's a primary key in the data in the table. It will be auto incrementing when we will be creating a record. Okay, then we need to go for values. In that values, what we should do, we should pass these variables inside the values inside the values. So we will open single quotes. Please you do remember guys, inside double quotes you can't write the double quotes, you will be getting an error. So we will use single quotes and we'll pass the SQL variable directly. So here name, I got the name, and I'll be passing again semester, then I'll be passing college. Now our SQL statement is done. Like I have previously said, we need to use a function to do the things whether the data is inserted to database or not. So what we'll be using, we'll call another variable sending. We'll be declaring another variable and we'll be calling another function MySQL query. In this query, you need to pass two parameters. One is the connection. I have declared in the database. It is through a variable connection. I have connected my database. So I have imported that thing using an include function in here. So I'll be using that. And after that, you need to pass the SQL statement. So what the SQL statement we have written here, we will be passing it through directly here. Okay. After doing this, we'll check whether our query is inserted or not. We'll just declare an if condition and we'll just take the sending variable. Whether if it's got successful, let's print success. Else print failed. And we will be echoing a error message, MySQL error. for the connection. That's it. Now we'll jump back to our server and we'll be checking. Okay, I have just written something, a syntax error. Sorry. Yeah, I forgot the semicolon. Yeah, now it is emitting a message connected and it is throwing success. So we'll check back in the database. Yeah, successfully we have inserted the thing in the database. Now let's jump back to the tutorial and we'll try to insert another value here. I'll just refresh my page. I'll just take another thing, Pranav Mistry. I'll just take his semester as 8th and college as UVC. Let's check. Connected and success. Again, we'll check in the database. Yeah, Pranav Mistry, 8th semester, UVC. We have inserted it. That's it. In the next video, we'll be learning how to update the query.